Greetings. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Before we begin, I am going to bring us in with some sage, cleansing the energy virtually, electronically. How are you feeling? Where's your heart? Where's your head? It's lit, you can't even see it. Barely, girl. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I'll start there. When you give, you give. When you learn, teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. So today, I know I've been MIA for the past couple of days. I will fill you in on that in a few, but first we're going to do what we need to do. The reason why we're here is to dive deep into a meditation routine. So today we're going to do some breath work, but I'm also going to tie in, I'm going to do it with a sound bowl, so it's going to be a little different today. Of course, I have my Motivate near, and I'm going to be doing my breath work with my rose essential oil. I finally remembered to bring it in here. So the way this is going to work today, we're going to do 40 deep breaths. But I want us to breathe in as I'm tapping the bowl. And I want us to release it as I am holding that note before we begin. So the difference between, we won't be breathing in and holding it. We'll just be inhaling intentionally and exhaling intentionally. But before we begin, I want us to center ourselves with 4 deep breaths. Slowly inhaling through our nose, holding it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then releasing it from your mouth. This will ensure that you are present and accounted for, and that you are here and being intentional about releasing whatever you need to release in order for you to align with receiving what you deserve. Ashe. Let us begin. Shay. Need to release something. I don't know where that came from. So y'all been called to read something from this book, like for the past couple of days. It's like it was something like vibrate higher daily off of the bookshelf. And I did it right before I came on, and I just opened up the book to a certain page. And when I opened it up, I ended up opening up to page 98. I don't know why I just gave y'all that number, but 98. We also know that 98 breaks down to 17, which breaks down to 8. So you could be seeing 8s. The number 17 could be significant to you. But the quote from this page says, keep taking control and time for yourself until you're you again. It says, healing your words and thoughts. Your thoughts are an accumulation of your experiences. Make sure they're serving you well. The overall state of your well-being, health, and vibration begins with a mindset. Your mindset is your mind's habits, your approach to situations and relationships, a process or belief, your mood, your inner nature, your self-talk, and your overall outlook on life. The vibration of thoughts is governing your life, so make a pledge to yourself to use nourishing, supportive, and healing thinking. A quick way to begin vibrating higher and shifting your life is to start practicing the art of replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. Think of when you listen to a radio, stream online, or watch TV. You change the channel or what's on screen if it isn't for you. The mind works the same way. Change the channel or screen as necessary. On a physiological level, replacing negative thoughts with positive ones rewires your brain and fires new neurons, which helps you sustain long-term success through elevating your thoughts and words. You'll see. Take each disagreeable thought and rephrase it in a more positive, affirming, and agreeable way. If your thought is, I can't do this, replace it with, I'm more than capable and empowered to do this. Rephrase your thoughts and words in a way that serves you rather than harms, hinders, or blocks you. We move toward what we speak. Consistency is how you speak and think is key. Consistency in how you speak and think is key so that you're not caught in a cycle of mental limbo and an energetic tug of war between your desires, words, and thoughts. Use your thoughts and words as vehicles for your higher good to elevate you, to free you, to advance you in life, and to guide you higher and higher. I'm not sure who that's going to resonate with, but again, I just opened up to this page and it was something saying, share this with the flock. Keep taking control and time for yourself until you're you again. You won't know that you are you again until you feel it. And when you feel it, you will be emitting love and light. You are your thoughts. Whatever you think is your reality. If you think you can't do it, then you will manifest not being able to do it. If you think you can do it, if you think you deserve it, if you think you are abundant, you will align with all of those characteristics, attributes, and manifestations. So y'all, the journal prompt for today is, what is something that you love now that you could have never imagined you would like in the past? The Simone I am today, I have so many things that I can use to answer this, but right out top, going outside and grounding myself, just putting my bare feet to earth, charging myself up, replenishing myself, touching the grass on my feet. I never growing up, y'all, when I tell you, like, we barely even went outside with my mom. Like, my mom really, we were the type where don't get dirty, don't do this, don't do that. So I never ever walked outside barefoot until recently. And I feel the difference within me when I am walking outside compared to when I'm not. I think I told y'all this before, like, but if you know somebody that's experiencing inflammation, or you feel that you're experiencing inflammation, then this would be like joint pain, your back is hurting, feeling in your knees, your elbows, go outside for 20 to 30 minutes a day, bare feet in the grass. If you don't have grass near you, concrete, putting your feet on bare concrete emits the same vibration or energy that happens when you are walking on grass. Even though grass or dirt is preferable, just go connect yourself to the earth, however you need to do that. But you would definitely feel a difference. Like, I can tell, I ended up injuring my knee back in middle school, and when I'm eating a lot of meats and dairy products, I can feel the inflammation starting to like swell up in my knee. So when I have to constantly remind myself, since becoming in tune with this practice, noticing that difference of walking outside, it's like, okay, Simone, you haven't been outside, it's time to go outside. So like when it's raining for like a week straight, if I don't go outside, I can feel the difference. So go outside, put your feet on the earth. What else? Sitting with myself, sitting within myself, getting to know myself. And I don't think that I did not think in the past that I would like it, but it's not something that I envisioned that I would be doing. And now that I am doing it, I'm in love. I can never revert. Like, now that I have become aware, I can never turn the switch back off. And I love that for me. I know that everything that has been bestowed upon me, whether high vibrational or low vibrational, is for my better good. And being able to sit within myself, go within, do the inner work, do the shadow work, do the root work, has allowed me to accept every single circumstance that I have experienced and that I will be experiencing. Which kind of brings me to like where I've been these past couple of days. So on Sunday, I ended up waking up, and my intention was to get on here, but it kept getting later and later, so I just started chilling out, doing other stuff. And I'm like, you know what? This must just be the universe saying, Simone, you need this day to yourself, this time to yourself. After processing, because I use Sunday, I sit outside most of the day sunbathing, but to process how I want to move forward in regards to certain people having access to me. So what ended up happening was I was talking to my mom, and we were talking about a couple of things, but I ended up cursing or saying something. I said something fuck. I don't even remember what I said. I say fuck so much. But I wasn't cursing her, but I was just cursing as I was saying something. And she was just like, you need to stop saying that 4-letter word or whatever. And I was like, my mom been cursing my whole life, because we was on a group FaceTime. My mom been cursing my whole life, and now you want me to stop cursing, stop saying fuck, the F word. She was just like, girl, whatever. You always try to make it seem like somebody else was negative and you're always the negative one. She said something to that extent. And then she added, because anything I said or did to you as a child, you made me do that to you. And I'm like, in the midst of that, I'm like, I can't make you do nothing. Yes, you did. You made me do it. Smelling yourself, thinking you was grown, thinking you was this, thinking you was that. And it put into perspective of how narcissistic my mom is and was as I was growing up. Because it's so easy for us to, of course, respect your parents, but if your parents is all you know and you look up to them and they're guiding you and leading you, what they say is law. What they say is gold. Like, ain't nothing around it. And then once you get older and start having your own opinions and start doing your own research and start aligning with things that don't really add up to the beliefs that have been instilled in you, then you start to realize, wait a minute, this plus this don't equal this. So how how you come up with that answer. How does this mean that to you? If you get my drift. So it was like, in that moment, I immediately reflected on, damn, how much did you gaslight me in my childhood and make me feel like something you did to me? Like, my mom has stabbed me with a pen before, like, and that's not me trying to get on here and make her seem like a bad parent, because I'm not suffering from it, but what I'm journeying through is me being oblivious in my childhood, because I felt that I was so well taken care of physically that I didn't even have the capacity to know that I was being abandoned mentally and emotionally. Like, whether I was smelling myself, acting out, talking back, that was a cry for help. So for me to have been one to endure that and come out of it and trying to interact with my mom now as an adult and still see how unaccountable she is, like, it made me realize that where I'm trying to go, everybody isn't prepared to go with me, so I have to be willing to leave them behind. So that means, like, I was like, ooh, when I start this next journey of my life, I'm about to retire my mom, and maybe, you know, she's a apparel in Atlanta Public Schools here. I'm gonna retire her. She can come. If she want to teach kids, she can teach my kids and be with us, and I'll give her income. Like, that was the mindset I have, and it's just like, realistically, every time you talk to your mom is depleting you and not pouring into you. Every time you talk to your mom is asking you about everybody else but you. I recently talked to my mom, and she asked me about my sister boyfriend, and I've never had the type of relationship with him for me to update somebody on him. Like, so it just it was me becoming conscious of, damn, because I was feeling bad, like, damn, me and my mom don't really have a relationship, so I had recently started putting more effort into, like, calling her, trying to get to know more about the relationship she had with my dad, who she was as a child, her upbringing, how she felt divorcing my dad and being a single parent and moving to a whole nother state by herself with no type of support system. Just trying to get to know more about who she was and her experiences, because ultimately that is what made me. But every single time it's like she's triggered, I'm raising her blood pressure, I'm the negative one. Just really try to make me feel like I'm something that I'm not. And as a child, that was something I feel she did as well. So I became a pleaser. Let me not do that because that's not going to satisfy my mom or my sister. Let me not do this because let me not do this because what is she going to think? Like, or this can't be right because mama said this not right. And then once I have grown up to kind of look at it from a different perspective, almost looking in on this relationship, I'm like, it's unhealthy for me to get on my phone and talk to my mom and she doesn't even say, how are you doing? But she asking me where everybody in their nigga at is baffling as fuck to me. So being able to surrender, because I coming to the senses of I still love my mom wholeheartedly, but accepting that I don't have to have a daily relationship with my mom in order for me to love her or in order for me to feel like I am respecting her. I am respecting myself more when I realize somebody, no matter who the fuck it is, isn't adding value to me, isn't pouring into me, and yet every time we talk, they're telling me how I'm doing something wrong, how my tone is this, how this is this way, and yet they never say anything positive. So it made me want to step back and again reevaluate and kind of like distance myself even more just to keep my cup full. Like, and understanding that since just because I'm on this journey and I am accountable and I am aware, I cannot project or impose the same thing on someone else. They have to come to that understanding themselves. They have to want to grow themselves. They have to want to come into the light themselves. And all I can do is continue down my path and on my journey in hopes of inspiring the people that have once had access to me to align with where I am heading. So today, what is something that you love now that you could have never imagined you would like in the past? I don't know why I just read journal prompt again because that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. I was telling y'all about where I've been for the past 2 days. So that was Sunday. So I was just in reflection mode and forgiving myself for, because I felt like, you feel bad when it's like, damn, I'm running into money, I'm running into opportunities, I want to take care of people, I want to pour into people, I want to give. But then you have to realize, if you are giving all of you, your energy, whether it is tangible or intangible, out to certain people, and yet they aren't reciprocating it, what does that do to you spiritually? Especially when you've seen the energy and effort that they put into other people and other relationships. So I just, not only did I forgive myself, but I forgive my mom, because she is so unaware that I have no hatred for her. I have no ill will or feelings for her. All I can do is send her love, because I know that she has a lot of inner work and shadow work that she has to do. And it first will start with her forgiving herself, her becoming aware. First awareness and then forgiving herself, because a lot of us out here carrying self-guilt, and we project it in other ways, in the sense of, oh, we feel like somebody is doing something to us, and ultimately all you doing is seeing your reflection in that person. So that was Sunday. And then yesterday, so then Sunday night or Monday morning, like at 12 a.m., y'all, the power went out. And it wasn't even raining when the power went out. So it stormed Sunday afternoon, because after I like sat outside. So it started storming like around 5, 6 o'clock that evening. And then the power went out at like 12 a.m. And the power didn't come back on until yesterday at 2:22. That's when I got an email from Georgia Power that the power had been restored. So the power was out for, 12, that's 12 hours, 13, 14. So about 14, 15 hours, the power was out. So we was just chilling. And that was another thing. I was like, this is the universe saying, Simone, sit down. Like, because both of my phones was dead, and I could have went to the car. I didn't go to the car and charge it up until like 2 o'clock. Like, come on, y'all. After we did everything else, sit outside. Just really enjoyed our time together, because Kaden is here. So, spend a little time with him. Spend time outside. And I was glad, because, like, shit, we don't need technology anyway. And, of course, as soon as the power came on, y'all, my TV's on. Everybody on tablets. Everybody on phones. Everything fucking plugged up. Charging up. Everything. Like, it was mind-blowing. But it was, I enjoyed that 2 days. Like, not doing shit, not feeling obligated to do anything, and really sitting within myself to prepare myself for this next season, because I know it's about to be big. I know it is about to be big. So yesterday I had to end up throwing everything out of the refrigerator and the freezer, and I cleaned that out. So by the time the power came on, I really didn't have the energy to get on here and add value to y'all. So, and then I had to go grocery shopping, and we had to figure out what we was gonna eat. So yeah, I just chilled out after that happened. So that's what I've been doing, reflecting, pouring into myself, forgiving myself, and aligning with what is to come. Really being present. The past 2 days have been the most relaxing, in a sense. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, I've been so present in not having anything to do, or not really being obligated to do anything, going to a job, or giving someone else my time and energy, to just really being within myself and accepting that all is well. All is well. Instead of me, how we were just talking about, you are your thoughts. Whatever you think is what you manifest. Not really, living in, damn, I've been unemployed for almost a year, and they ain't had no money, and they ain't had this, and they ain't did that. But living in, damn, I haven't had an income in a year, and ain't shit been turned off. I haven't had an income in over almost a year, and yet I have not missed a meal, and have literally kept the exact same lifestyle that I had when I was working a full-time job. So just being appreciative for where I am in this moment, and giving thanks for grace. Because yes, I know that I'm God, but the ultimate creator is very graceful. The way that this season has transpired for me, y'all. So I told y'all I ended up going we didn't go charge up the phone. So I'm like, no, we're not sitting in the car charging up the phone. But we end up going sitting in the car charging up the phones. And in that moment, it was like, I don't know, like I just been in this energy of gratitude or vibration of gratitude that I can really feel it. It's one thing to say that you're grateful, but to actually feel gratefulness, it is out of this world. But I was sitting in the car and I'm like, wow, look at God. I'm sitting in a car that's been sitting in my garage all year. The car ain't been drove since January, and we are about to be in July. And I had gas in the car, y'all. It's somebody right now that is working a full-time, part-time, 4-5 jobs and don't even know how they about to fill their tank up because the money is already spent because they running so low. And a car is sitting in my garage with a quarter tank of gas in it, and we just sitting in that bitch running the air, charging up the phone, not going nowhere, just chilling in it. And it just really put me in a perspective of gracefulness, because this season could have looked so much differently. And it's like, I still have everything. And still buying stuff. And it's like, how graceful is that? That he kept me in this season. Not only did he keep me, but he kept my kids along with me, because they ain't went without shit. So I just really been in the season of gratitude and the vibration of gratitude. And I just been giving thanks literally for the past 4 hours. Give thanks, because not only do I not look like what I've been through, but the way that my life is set up, you would never think that I'm going through what I'm going through. So give thanks, y'all. So with that being said, let's get a few cards so we can get out of here. The first deck I'm pulling from is the Power to Surrender, because that's what I have been accepting. Surrendering places, people, and things. If they aren't adding value, then they have to go to the bayou. I just tried to come up with some type of rhyme though. But no, for real, like being able to release. We have no idea how difficult it is for us to release something when you are attached to it. And what I'm realizing is, as I grow and ascend and transcend, we think that, it's gonna be, I'm glad that such and such friend cut me off, or that such and such coworker cut me off, so they not going to the top with me. No, baby. It's going to be the people that you've known your entire fucking life that you're going to have to cut off. It's going to be that sibling you're going to have to cut off. Your grandma that ain't adding value and just gossiping and talking down. It's going to be the people that you thought, your blood, that you just knew no matter what, I'm going to do whatever I need to do in order for us to get to the top together. And God is saying, I'm not blessing you to bless everybody else. When it's your season to serve a blessing, I will inform you of that. But stop feeling obligated to feel like, damn, once I run into this, or once this come through, and once this happened, then I'm about to just, dilly-dally it out to everybody. I'm about to pull everybody. You get a job, you get a job, you get this. And God is saying that everybody don't have that mindset. Everybody is not aligned with the blessing that I have aligned you with. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to pull them up. You're going to offer them that opportunity, and then they're going to cross you again. And then they're going to throw dirt on your name. And then they're going to make you feel like you're not doing enough. And in reality, God told you, I told you not to do anything. So I just been accepting it. Like, when you get to the top, if it's meant for them to join you up there, then they will find a way. They will journey along a path. It may not be your path, but they will journey along a path. But it's not your job to not even guide them down the right path. You can inspire them, but it's not your job to guide them. And really accepting that. Like, I even was talking to, I don't know if I told you that, I was talking to my mom recently, and I was like, yeah, we're about to do a fruit fast. And it was the continuation of the conversation from a different day. So for her to get on the phone and act like she was oblivious, didn't know what I was talking about, pissed me off too. Like, and then you also have to realize when people are your triggers, to separate yourself from them. Even if it's your mama and daddy that trigger you, it's like, no, I can't talk to you. Because you know how to, you know my Achilles heel. You know exactly what to do to push my buttons. Like, I was even talking, because we was on the phone with Kaden. And I was talking to Kaden, and I was like, yeah, I thought, we was talking about school next year. Y'all know I want to homeschool all my kids. But Kaden has been so fucking conditioned to going to school that he wants to go to school. And I feel like me as a mom, as much as I don't want him in school, I don't want to take that from him because I don't feel like I'm trying to control him. So if that's the environment he wants to be in, then okay, cool. Then you must succeed in that environment. But I was like, dang, I thought you wanted me to homeschool you this year. And my mom immediately makes a face. Homeschool him. The last time you homeschooled him, he wasn't doing well. And I'm just like, you talking about when he was doing virtual learning and following a curriculum via Atlanta Public Schools? That wasn't me homeschooling him. And then Katie ended up saying, I think I'm good. I'm just going to go back. And she was like, yeah, he's just going to go back. He's good. Like, made these faces if I'm not a fucking college graduate with multiple degrees and can't teach my 13-year-old son. When all it takes to be a homeschooling parent is a high school diploma. Like, my mama really be trying me. And, like, it's just the faces. And she tried to get on me in regards to tone. And that's why I'm like, I'm a reflection of you. So even when I'm talking to her, realizing that I am a reflection of her. And knowing, you're my trigger. When I'm not talking to you, I don't feel this way. When I'm not talking to you, I'm not thinking this way. When I'm not talking to you, I'm in a better place. And that's just the reality of it. I don't even know where I was going there. But that, her tone, her facial expressions, because it be people with the subliminal messages. I'm the negative one, but no, and this is me being funny. She's telling me that I'm the negative one, but she'll look and be like, and then if you question her about like why that face, and because this, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, and it's just like, damn. Give thanks for showing me that you have no faith in me. Give thanks for showing me that you don't believe in me. Give thanks. Like, I'm literally giving fucking thanks for every single experience. Y'all, I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead ass. So, we got surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. That's crazy that I just got on here talking about how my mama made me feel, and we get surrender to the wisdom of your body. It's not a coincidence when you get a headache after talking on the phone to JoJo. It's not a coincidence that your stomach is hurting when you done hung out with all these other people, when you done ate such and such food. Listen to your body. I got a headache. I think I'm hungry. I got a headache. And of course, sometimes those are the issues, hunger and dehydration. But we need to be more in tune with ourselves to really know what it is. Because I told you, until you go within and know who you are and whose you are, and separate yourself and go into solitude so you aren't carrying the energies of so many different people and environments, then you aren't going to really understand what your body is telling you. Because you're going to assume it's one thing and it's something totally different. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. And then surrender to inner peace, baby. And this is all I'm trying to align with is peace. So that means that if I am at the most peace just by myself and with my kids and not really interacting with anyone else that I've interacted with from the past, then I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. The thing about surrendering to inner peace on this journey is the people that are going to align with you. That's another thing that we have to refrain from thinking. We think it's going to be the people that we are trying to inspire, our family members, our friends, them classmates, the people you went to undergrad with, the people you pledged with, the people you crossed over with. Excuse me. And All I had was a kiwi today. Like, what am I burping for? We think it's gonna be those people, and in actuality, it's gonna be somebody that you'll meet tomorrow that's inspired by you. You will meet 2 weeks from now that sees and feels your light. The people that you grew up with oh, you acting different. Oh, you being funny. Oh, you used to be this way. And I think that's what also triggered me about my mom. She was like, you always trying to be negative. And I'm like, I don't even talk to you for you to say I'm always some type of way. So you're going to have those people that's going to be comparing you to the 5-year-old you, the 10-year-old you, the 15-year-old you, the 25-year-old you, the 3 years ago you, and today you are a new person. So being able to catch up on the subliminal messages, like, that's no longer me. I understand that's a you that you may have interacted with, but that's no longer me. And they won't be able to accept it because they can't accept themselves. So you finding your inner peace is you realizing that it has nothing to do with the people that you interacted with up until this point. Sometimes they will eventually align, but I want us to get out of the mind frame of we are going to journey and reach this destination simultaneously at the same time, and that isn't always the case. Some people gonna die today unaware, unaccountable, and you have to release the notion that it was your job to bring them with you, because it is not. The next one I'm going to do is an Infinite Wisdom Chakra card. Spirits. Clear. Here. What's the message? What that means to know. Tell me. Tell me what's needed to know. We got Priestess, Intuition, connect to the highest wisdom of the divine feminine. Look at that lotus flower. It says, Priestess, Intuition, connect to the highest wisdom of the divine feminine. The goddess Isis is considered a high priestess of wisdom and knowledge. She carries within her the ancient lineage of soul light. This lineage allows you to connect to higher wisdom and embody the unique vibration of this divine goddess to activate and open more of your soul light. Isis is also a powerful priestess who enables us to open our senses and intuition in a profound way. Within her brow sits a beam of light as a symbol of spiritual sight and clarity. We instinctively know that our spiritual sight is being attuned when we connect with her. The third eye chakra, or Ajna chakra, is the energy center that connects our intuition with higher vision. Many people believe this space to be the seat of the inner God. In all cases, Isis commands us to remember the divinity of our higher self and highest wisdom. Message. You are being called now, very purposely, to connect with Isis for spiritual activation. Her flavor of divine feminine is empowered with ancient wisdom and light. Spiritual sight, imagination, visioning of the future are all connected through this activation. First, she reminds you that you are a divine soul experiencing a human life on the earth. As such, it is time to move into the higher realms of thought, intention, and experience, and leave behind any thoughts that are limiting. Isis carries with her the power to connect with like-minded soul travelers, all in service and light to the divine feminine. This may mean looking for a community, class, or group that has the intention of spiritual, intuitive, or psychic development. If you have forgotten your higher self, this is also a call to action to come back into alignment with that part of you that is vast and always expanding. Call on Isis when you need to reconnect with the inherent wisdom and light of your soul. She is waiting to assist you. Affirm. As a divine being of light, I awaken the dormant knowledge within me. Oh, you know, I'm like, didn't I pull a card about finding ourselves? And no, it was the book from today. Keep taking control and time for yourself until you are you again. Call on Isis when you need to reconnect with the inherent wisdom and light of your soul. Reconnect. So, I had Chick-fil-A last night and I can feel it. Like the mucus is so disgusting. I don't even have dairy. But yes, when we come onto this earthly realm, our goal and task is to get back to our highest self. So basically, when a family is chosen, when a life is chosen for you to come back, you are already accepting the trials, the tribulations, the traumas that come with that particular lineage or that particular soul's journey. And your ultimate job is to combat and overcome and then reconnect with who you ultimately are. Now the challenge is becoming so engulfed in the earthly realm that you forget what you're here to do, or you become so distracted that you never fulfill your task or whatever. But if you are here, if you're tapping in, you are already on the right path. You're already on the right journey. The main step is being accountable. It's being accountable and aware. Let's do an energy oracle. We got number 30, the garden and the gate. Let's see what this means. The garden and the gate. Abundant prosperity, staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time. But be aware. The choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from your karmic path or from living your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. You don't hear me reading.
Yes, ma'am. Need some help getting off of this.
Getting off of what?
Secretary. See? I need help getting off of this. See? The secretary. I want the yarn. And that we have that. That we on the
20.
Look at this. Money, ting, ting.
You want what?
This should be a yarn, so I need a yarn.
I don't know what that means.
This is yarn, see? See, you fixed it.
Okay. Affirm. I'm blessed with an abundant spiritual life. I'm blessed with an abundantly spiritual life every day in every way. My joyous prosperity grows and grows. Comfortability keeps us stagnant because you ate your fruit. You drank your tea. Did you drink your tea? So why you say this? Lots of times we allow fear to hold us back due to the unknown, due to being uncomfortable. When me being in this season, I am a living witness, like testimony of that, because losing a job or a job letting me go, because I didn't lose them, they lost me. I have to keep reminding myself that. You're like, oh man, how I'm gonna pay these bills, how I'm gonna do this, how we gonna do this, how I'm gonna get there, how I'm gonna sustain, how I'm gonna maintain, and it keeps us from taking a risk, being the fool to do something that we have never done, that something we would have never, been open to. The choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or fear of the unknown. The fact that she got the key around her neck to unlock the gate and go exploring, go over the horizon to see what's on the other side. Being comfortable. Yeah, she got that look. I couldn't even get it out. Luxurious garden. It is abundant with butterflies and flowers, birds. Is your comfortability hindering, holding you back? Last, I'm going to do a love oracle. We got truth. Says truth. To encourage acceptance of who we are. A being stands with the Phrygian cap, which represents her recently found freedom. Her mask and black veil can is on the floor beneath. You don't see that? A being stands with the, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's going to be Phrygian cap, which represents her recently found freedom. Her mask and black veil can is on the floor beneath her. Outnumbered by concealed figures in the back as they look on, some even reach out as they want to experience that feeling. Who are you when the mask is removed? What do you stand for when the conforming masses lurk in the shadows? How might it feel to shed the covering and allow all to be revealed? Who you are is your truth, and it will set you free. Affirm. There is power and freedom in living in my truth. Wow, that's so crazy. Because that just, for some reason, make me want to go back to this, the garden in the gate. The garden in the gate. The girl wore the mask in order to obtain this abundance, this luxury, this overflow. This overflow, but when she unlocked the gate and removed the mask, is she still going to be able to align with that abundance? Ultimately, who are you authentically? When you're not wearing that mask, when you're not trying to please somebody else, when you aren't changing your tone, tenor, and the way you carry yourself, when you are just in the flesh, what do you represent? Do your morals align with the same person that you were when you had the mask on? Are your beliefs still the same? Or do you become somebody totally different? We've spoken on this before, how easily it is for us to become chameleons. We go to jobs. We go on these jobs and spend our entire days there. And we are a different person than when we come home, than when we are hanging out on the weekends with our friends. The goal is to be you authentically in every single room, in every single circumstance, in every single situation, no matter who you are interacting with. Who are you when the mask is removed? What do you stand for when the conforming masses lurk in the shadows? Do you become a chameleon to blend in and believe their beliefs and speak on their morals and their principles, or not even speaking on, but imposing those beliefs and principles of others? Or do you stand on who you are and whose you are and what you believe in? I hate when I get that little line on my lip. I love it. I wasn't going to do tarot, but let me pull a tarot right quick to see. Let me see. I'm going to do one card from each tarot deck just to see. Wow. The moon came out on here. We know the moon is... What's hidden is... Are you hiding? Are you hiding your authentic self because you're afraid somebody will not? Wow. And guess what came out? Judgment. On the other deck. Somebody isn't going to accept you for you being you. Let me get the books to read. Y'all know I told y'all I was doing a little... What was it? A 12-day... little workout thing. I lost 4 pounds. My goal was to lose 8, but I lost 4, so I'm proud of me. As long as the scale going down and not up, give thanks. It says the moon. Did I show y'all the moon card? Oh, and what I just realized in here, we just pulled the truth card. As many times as I have pulled this card, y'all, I have never, ever paid attention to the fucking shadow lurking in the fucking water. Look at that. It says, the full moon brings out the weirdos. 2 nude women with their wild hair and animal masks. Oh, there's mask again. Dance under the moon's strange light. They dance and howl in the moonlight and release their wild, untamed energy. The moon brings out strange things from the dark. A glimpse of what lies beyond the ordinary. A creature lurks in a pool of water behind them, a reminder of the ancient fears of the unknown. Wake up your wild side. Imagination in the realm of the mind can allow you to see things in a new way. You might be feeling restless, kind of weird, and full of wild energy, so be spontaneous. Do something crazy. Trust your instincts. It'll lead you to new possibility. It'll lead you to new and possibly strange places. But be aware that by waking up your wild side, you may wander into some dangerous places as well. So be alert and listen to when your gut tells you you've traveled too far into the unknown. That is so crazy because we have... The energy today has been heavy on changing your perspective. Change your mind, change your reality. You are what you think. You are what you think. If I think I won't succeed, I won't succeed. If I think that I will, then I will. The mind can allow you to see things in a new way. You have the ability to change your perspective right in this moment. Right in this moment. You need nothing to add or take away because you control your thoughts. There was something else I wanted to speak on. Trust your instincts. It'll lead you to new and possibly strange places, but be aware that waking up your wild side, you may wander into some dangerous places as well. So I feel like how we pull up the love card, it was truth, and it ended up mentioning, I don't even know where the card went. When you are living in your truth, you are going to be going against the grain because everybody else are sheep. They're being controlled by the masses and allowing everything that's being projected onto them to control them. Once you live in your truth, you're going to stand out. Oh, why you not? Why you think that way? Why you moving that way? Oh, you a conspiracy theorist, or oh, you're this, oh, you're that, because you are doing things differently from your counterparts. That's you living in your truth. So be mindful of when you do start standing in your truth that you will come into contact with people that's not going to want you to live in your truth. That's not going to want you to be your authentic self. That's not going to want you to go against the grain. They're going to want you to fall back in line. But when we use the key to open the gate to go out into the garden, be using our intuition to tell us how far we should be going, how far we should venture off, when it's time to turn back around. Then we ended up getting Judgment. Look at that. And I got on here talking about how with my mama, how she has to release her own judgment of herself, forgive herself, her own self-guilt in order for her to even start being accountable or being aware, whichever. They all go hand in hand. Self-judgment, self-realization and understanding, spiritual awakening, redemption, knowing your motives and your heart to be true, total transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit. You have judged others and have been judged yourself, and you are awakening to the understanding that the only approval that really matters is your own. Are you doing your best with others and with yourself? It's time to shed any negative facades. Come on, Simone. It's time to shed any negative facades. Drop the mask. Oh my gosh, that's mask again. We've had 3 fucking cards to mention mask. The moon card, the truth card from the love oracle deck, and now this judgment card from a different tarot deck. Come through, spirit. It's time to shed any negative facades. Drop the mask behind the mask. It may feel risky, yet this profound act of self-acceptance will unleash your absolute essence. You are light, shadow, matter, and consciousness, and you are a miracle. Why, then, do you keep your true nature hidden away from the world? Why, then, do you keep your true nature hidden away from the world? There is no way to really understand your full potential until you are open and honest with your own heart, without judgment. To expand and to evolve requires this colossal forgiveness of the self. Forgive your beautiful soul. Accept your beautiful heart. As you do, you consciously answer the call of your highest self, and the vastness of your horizon will make itself available to you. Affirm. Hello, essence. I invite you to show up every day. I invite my soul to shine unapologetically. That's amazing, because I started this reading today and I was just like, this doesn't align. Maybe I'm losing my touch, and the divine is saying, girl, no, you still got it. But the fact that all these cards came out and they were aligned, the priestess, with the intuition and listening to your intuition and aligning with your highest self. How you thought I was being that? What'd I say? Yeah, tapping into your intuition and being able to hear what your intuition is saying. How is your body speaking to you? How is your intuition leading you and guiding you? Yeah, I want you to elaborate. Because what does that mean? Yes, it got out here saying you need to release judgment of yourself. It's time for you to live in your truth. Everything that's hidden, look at all these shadows. These shadows that's surrounding you and consuming you. You wearing these masks to make oh. Nah, I just couldn't read. I had to sound it out. That's funny. Wearing all these masks to make other people feel comfortable. To make other people feel comfortable. I'm not gonna do that because y'all wanna know what's so crazy? Like, y'all know I told y'all I've been like working now, and I'm very proud of myself because I'm not the weight that I was a year ago. I'm not the, I didn't even know that was a word, the size I was a year ago, 2 years ago. And of course, me accepting that I'm on a journey, I am getting the results that I am, and I am not putting out, and being aware and appreciative of my circumstances. So a person who doesn't have kids, or kids go to daycare all day, or they have time to themselves to be able to work out 8 hours a day, is just like that. You're not aligned with that. So being able to do what I can do when I can do it, and being appreciative of my results versus me beating myself up. But I said it to say, so yesterday I went out and I ended up wearing like a crop top with like some high-waisted shorts, and literally not that I am embarrassed, but I'm very self-conscious of my stomach. Like, it's not the size that I want it to be. Of course, I was never out there looking sloppy or, doing too much, in my opinion. What would have been doing too much for me. But I ended up wearing the crop top out with the shorts. And I was, like, super cute because, of course, I'm me. But I ended up doing it. What I'm realizing now, when I end up questioning myself about even posting something or wearing something, I'm like, why are you uncomfortable? Because you fear being judged by somebody else? So now you're not going to wear this because you want to make somebody else comfortable? No, ma'am. So then when I start having those thoughts, I have to do it. I have to post it. I have to wear it in order for me to combat whatever judgment that is going on within me. It has nothing to do with anybody else. I'm so glad I did because I look super cute and the niggas was on me. But no, for real, you judging yourself is you holding you back. Are you trying to make somebody else feel comfortable, or are you trying to be comfortable within your own skin? Surrendering to the wisdom of your body came out, confirming that we need to tap into and align with our intuition. Allow it to guide us. Your spirit is the most, should be more predominant than your physicality. Your spirituality should be more predominant than your physical being, this body. Surrendering to inner peace. If it doesn't serve you, then it's time to swerve them. It's time to release them. If they aren't adding value, subtract them. Yeah. It's time for us to live in our truth. It's time for us to listen to our intuition when it's telling us it's okay to open the gate. It's okay to venture out. I am with you always. I'm with you always. There is no wrong path. There is no wrong path. Every turn you take is the right one. Release judgment. Look at these. I'm in disbelief that all these cards came out talking about masks. Take off the mask. Look, had the mask taken off on here. It's time to live in your authenticity. The mask on the floor. The mask on their face. Take the mask off. You aren't here to please anyone but you. You aren't here to please anyone but you, no matter how that looks. If that's removing everybody and starting anew, if that's moving to a new country, whatever it means in order for you to align with peace and to be your most authentic self, the divine is saying it is time to align with that mindset. Change your perspective. You are what you think. You are your mindset. If you believe you can do it, you can. If you believe you can't do it, you can't. I hope this message added value. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow.